Hooey. Hooey. And other type bizarre noises to introduce the fact that I am, in fact, live. And, okay, so, bit of a preamble. Technically, I debuted this loading screen last week, but there was some internet weirdness, and the first part of the stream got cut off, but nothing important apart from this new loading screen, which animation by TeaLBiTZ. I just wanted to make sure that the due credit got thrown out there, because I'm really happy with it. Well, technically speaking, the Night in the Woods style version of me was by TeaLBiTZ, as was the animation of me running, but then I combined that with my logo to make the animation you see here. So, just to be clear that everyone gets the appropriate amount of credit here. So, also, I had a bit of a derp moment. Thank you, Dino, for complimenting my loading screen, which, in order to show that you've complimented it, I'm having to pan away from it. I am aware of the irony. And the chat appears to not even be loading anyway, which is fantastic. But yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah, I had a massive derp moment before the stream started, where, like, I clicked the button, I was waiting for the stream to happen, like, I was waiting for it to appear on Twitch saying, yep, you are definitely live, you exist, you're fine, you have a house, and it just didn't happen, and I'm just staring at the screen, waiting and waiting, and I realize, oh, I hit start recording instead of start streaming, so I went back and hit start streaming instead, and that's how we got to where we are now. So, as is the hot huge, I shall just dip into the Discordy thing times, so people can indeed talkle unto me should they so choose, and I shall jump into the game and hope that other people turn up, because I have been promised at least something of a turnout, though no promises, question mark? Oh, good. Okay, good. Everything actually has loaded in properly first time, every single time, two at a time. Time. It's time to go to time. Now, as ever, y'all, please feel free to let me entirely know if things are good, if they are Gucci, if they are Spagublio. Just gonna do some rearranging behind the scenes so that I can exist freshly. That looks about schnengulous to me, I think. So, yeah. Honestly, it's probably for the best. I should probably turn this down in my ears because that's loud. But yes, so, if memory serves, my whole bit for today is starting by cleaning out the Earth Temple, because there was this section near the end that I needed medley. I keep wanting to call her Malawi for some reason. That is a country and a lake, Tess. You're an idiot. But yeah, so I understand if people don't want to turn up and watch the first part of this stream just because we need to go back down below despite having beaten the local boss, because there's a couple of extra rooms that we still need to have a canungular time with. You know, a canungular time? It's like a regular time, but, well, actually, if I were to do a deep dive into the etymology of the word canungular, then it would somewhat imply con meaning with, ungular as in like ungulate or unguligrade, referring to animals that walk on their toes rather than their digits and or. Okay. Medley, you're a damned fool. You're a damp fool. Laze, good evening and good Jimble. Did I just... Why are you over there? I just pushed a block through a child because she stopped existing. Win a major prize. Hey, Dino is still here. You haven't abandoned me after all. So where am I actually going? We must go down. We must go down, Bob. I had a dream last night that I was with Eurobscalo 8, and we were, I think, in like... I want to say it was somewhere in Sweden. And for some reason, I was insistent on talking in like this sort of faux Swedish accent the entire time. And we played some Mario Party, but it was projected onto the side of a building, and there was something else that I didn't understand, and that's as good as I can explain that. And Lozzie being like, ¿Cómo estás? And I'm like, estoy deprimido, pero no quiero hacer deprimición. I don't want to make other people sad by talking about the situation behind my depression. I can't Spanish on the fly, except I probably can if I put some effort into it. But hey, diddly ho. You already know who it is. Alright then, there are some chests in here. There is nothing in here that we need, I don't think, because everything is still Goongus, but, you know. No, Tess, we don't know. Because you never speak into a house. How do I start this room again? I do not remember. Because there's mirrors, there's that. We need to play ping pong with the skylights. Is it you? Nope, it's you over here. There we go. Physics! Also, shout out to Lozzie for using the upside down question mark, because I'm teaching her how to... Wait a minute, I'm an idiot. Teaching Lozzie how to Spanish, and it appears to be working. For some reason, I looked at the switch in the top of the middle of this room several times and just thought, nah, that's a chest. I can't interact with that unless I'm playing as myself. Which I am. So there we go. We have invented sunlight. Nicky Byrne is shooketh. Standing out in the sun. Light. That joke was old the moment I started it. Now how does this even exist? There's a chest and then you set fire to it, except the fire is light. Hello, by the way.
Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
Sí, de vez en cuando.
How are you?
Right?
How are you? Yes, every now and then.
I'm fine.
Okay, good.
Fine, how are you?
I have a house. I don't have a house. I have legs. I may not have legs either. Oh, I tell you what though. Earlier today, I finally played Ring Fit Adventure for the first time, and hoo-wee, that game goes ham. In a good way.
But does it go eggs, though? Because you do not like green eggs and ham.
It's true, I'm not a ham person. Ham boning.
Fair enough.
Toilet duck.
Quack, quack. Isn't that like the name of like a bleach company or something to do with cleaning the toilet? Toilet duck?
The toilet. But yes, and I remember seeing some of it in a shop fairly recently and thinking, there will be some furries who are attracted to this interpretation of the duck, and you know what? That's valid.
I don't even remember the duck. I can't remember the duck. Am I a duck?
You're a penguin.
Yeah, that.
So, like, a cold duck.
Yeah, penguins are just cold ducks, evidently.
Snow chicken. Apparently, in French, their word that sounds like it should mean penguin doesn't mean penguin.
What does it mean, then?
I think it refers to another bird that's like a penguin, but not. Which technically means that Le Papa Penguin is not about a penguin.
But that's a good song, though! It is a bop!
It's just a shame about the recording contract that the girls were emblibliated into, if that's the same people that was previously the same house. What?
I never heard this part of the story.
Was Ralph Siegel responsible for Le Papa Penguin?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently he sort of trapped the girls into like a contract that was like, hey, you know this song you did? It's mine, I get all the money. And like, oh, Ralph Siegel, don't make us have to cancel you. Yeah, there's a whole section on Wikipedia about it and everything. So, clearly, because it's on Wikipedia, it's true.
Clearly. Oh, but Thomas Jason isn't like that. I'm sure there's a Jason-related story somewhere.
Everyone's cancelable somehow, except for me, because I'm perfect.
That means I'm cancelable. Yeah.
Yes, but that's only because... the government.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
So anyway, how is life in your corner of reality? Are there people? Are people still a thing where you live?
Yes.
Oh,
People are still a thing.
Still no mass extinction events. Boo.
Yeah. I read somewhere that Junior Eurovision might not be happening. I don't know how to feel about this.
I have the big old press X to doubt about that, because like they have all of these like contingency plans. They have plans upon plans. They have dicks the size of bigger dicks. I think that whatever the case may be, bearing in mind that they had the Voice Kids final, which I think they recorded last week. Like the fact they're able to do that, I feel like they might be able to do Junior Eurovision just fine. And I've heard Germany's candidate songs, and did they learn nothing? Like the songs themselves are pretty okay, I think, but just the fact that their national final format is, hey, remember how well things worked out for us in 2017? Yeah, let's do that again.
And this is where my brain just mentally farts, and I'm just like, what was Germany's entry in 2017? That was that Perfect Life?
That was Perfect Life, but no one remembers it because everything.
I know. My brain was just like, well, it wasn't Ghost, because I remember Ghost being 2016 specifically.
Because we were there.
We were there, and we saw like loads of little like party crown headband thingies that kind of look like the headpiece from her stage costume.
Hello, everyone. I am Party Crown headband thing. Also, oh my god, it's Heather.
Heather's here?
Apparently. And I am just shining the wrong side of the schliblip.
Oh my god, where is the Heather?
In the chat, apparently.
Yay! Hi, I missed you.
Yeah, I had a conversation with her recently about the final chapter of Chaos Potentia Est, and I'm looking forward to having that be playtested by the people who are currently playtesting it. Heather wants a give of me yanking! How dare! Now, to be fair, Perfect Life was forgettable, but underrated. It was underwear, it was fancy panties.
And then 2018 was You Let Me Walk Alone?
Yep.
Yeah. That wasn't good, but I do wish the fandom would stop comparing it to Ed Sheeran.
Like, just because he sort of looks vaguely, somewhat slightly remotely comparable in visual appearance. Like, that's a bit rude. I keep making bombs happen.
And, like, even the tone of the song as well, like, yes, you could realistically see that sort of thing on an Ed Sheeran album, but it ain't Ed Sheeran, mate.
Ed Sheeran. Apostrophe T.
And then there was Sister in 2019. There aren't even sisters, no!
I do think that the Sister was underrated, though. Because,
It was.
Like, I gave it, I think, a personal 10 in the original review, and I stand by that. It made me feel some things. Like, not very many things, but I didn't feel nothing.
Which is probably what you would have felt if Where Your Love had won. I forgot the name of the Ali Ryan song, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm painfully aware that Where Your Love was absolutely my trash baby of that national final. Like, I knew it was fresh garbage, but like I sort of it's still a guilty pleasure. But Ali herself has just like she's not a good role model, which is a shame.
Yeah.
I thought we both went quiet for that little sort of sword fight. Like, haha, here we have a furry getting boned. We must be in silent awe.
You make this sound like it's some sort of rare exhibit that should be in a museum.
Bone?
I mean, why not?
I aggressively put my hat on the head of a skeleton, but he didn't like it.
Isn't like essentially the German selection kind of like the Welsh selection in Junior Eurovision as well, except like not Welsh, where there's like a song or two like already pre-prepared, and then like they're just doing a national final to find the singer, basically.
Yeah, and obviously that being how they chose Perfect Life as well, and also how the UK chose Michael Rice, and like funny
That
how
sounds good.
Oh yeah. It's funny how whenever a national final happens like that, it always ends up coming last.
Except for the UK in 2009, where we did that for It's My Time, and we ended up coming 5th. That's like the only exception.
Okay, every time that's happened in the 2010s.
Thanks for clarifying.
Like, I could just admit that I was wrong, or I could bend the data to suit all of my Cliff You know, my Cliff Richard Jahabjapomp. I can speak English.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing somebody suggest that Cliff Richard should come back to Eurovision. I don't know if they were joking.
They
I
had
hope
better
they
be
were joking.
Yeah, he's had his time. But now he needs to eat the moon.
Well, I mean, he can come back to Eurovision, just not as the singer. Like, maybe he could, like, read our points or something.
He could sit in the audience and
Enjoy.
have a hamburger.
He can enjoy what the beautiful contest has become, because it's changed a lot since he last participated in 1973? Yeah.
See, I started questioning it the moment you said 19, but, like, Eurovision didn't exist in the 1800s, Tess. You're a sandwich.
Cliff Richard didn't exist in the 1800s, Tess.
You can't prove that. Oh, that's such a juicy room.
Well, I mean, I have seen Cliff Richard live in concert, so...
And what year was that? Was it 1870 Flood?
2017.
Oh.
Well, he didn't perform either of his Eurovision songs, so...
Typical Britain.
He performed like a load of his other big hits, like We're All Going on a Summer Holiday.
And
I was just...
here's the Macarena before the Macarena. It's the Cliff Richard Spanky Shuffle. You doing all right there?
Note to self, don't take a drink when Tess is saying something profoundly stupid.
Which is every time I open my mouth. The Cliff Richard Spanky Shuffle.
Well, that's certainly one way to describe whatever the heck it was. But yeah, he didn't perform either of his Eurovision songs, and I'm just like, what the heck? I thought you'd perform, like, Congratulations as, like, an encore or something, and I'm just like,
Nah, it's this country being full of shit. Which reminds me, apparently on Facebook, Daz Sampson, that's a postbox. Never mind, postbox is happening. That's more important than Daz Sampson.
According to Facebook, Daz Sampson is a postbox. Okay.
Well, I just got a letter from a guy who's not sent that letter yet. Like, that letter is from him down there. He's just told me his life story that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, so I think Katrina from Katrina and the Waves, Katrina Leskovich, did this whole post saying that, oh, James Newman was actually a really good situation and he would have done well and we should be proud of him and send him again and all that stuff. And then Daz Sampson went into the comments and just had a massive just kind of, that I'm happy for you and I'm gonna let you finish, but the BBC is so full of shit. And like, he went on a rant, but like, not, like, surprisingly not a salty one, but rather it made a lot of sense what he was saying, and I don't remember what he said. But I do agree at least with the general gist that if my last brief had been performed by like a Flavour of the Month singer like Lewis Capaldi, and it hadn't been a Eurovision entry or a Eurovision candidate, then it would have been a guaranteed #1, just because that's how corrupt the music industry is in this country. Which is sort of a sad shame. It's a chocolate sandwich, you know?
Yeah.
Now, where am I how do navigate?
According to Facebook, Daz Sampson is a postbox.
Choo choo!
that is just, like, I know you were trying to, like, combine, like, about 3 or 4 different sentences there. It's just, like, all together it just sort of was just like, so he's a postbox.
Yeah,
that explains so much.
He's so full of letters.
And letters make words, and you use words to speak things and also to type things, which is what led him to this rant. See, it opens back full circle.
And you learn letters at school.
And you brought it back to his Eurovision song.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going the right way, I'm just going on a meanderthon. I already showed off the secret holes, so there's no point digging those open again. But yes, secret holes. Ah! I did correctly to this way.
Hey Tess!
Ah! Hello!
How are you?
I exist.
He exists. Like Montenegro 2016.
She remembers.
Of course I do, I was in that video, you egg.
You were the one existing.
I know, and you were the one doing whatever the frick it was in the background.
With the ponytail and being all flim-jimbly, gubbity-boo-boo.
But the ponytail wasn't until 2017, so you predicted Slavko's ponytail a year before it happened.
I predict things. It's what I do, John.
Like, I mean, I predicted the Netherlands winning just a year ahead of everybody else. And with a slightly different song. Duh.
Duh. By the way, we appear to have been joined. Who's joining?
Heather!
She's here and really, really quiet.
Seriously? Again? Hang on. Let's try that. Is that any better?
That's substantially better. It sounds less like you're joining us from the next room.
The next room over, but also an ocean across, so I guess it counts either way.
Also, I just yoked a stick and it was impressive. So how's your day going?
Oh, you know, I just got pizza, now I'm sitting down, talking to a lion and a penguin. Let's see how that goes.
I don't know why I expect you to stop at, I just got pee.
The reverse toilet.
Oh. Also, this is what I was talking about in whichever stream it was where I said that this is the most forgettable Tingle chest. And Heather being Heather, I'm sure she knows a lot about chests and tingling.
Yes. Although it's very rarely forgettable. I can definitely say that much.
Oh. I don't know what to say to that.
Neither do I. I am just at a loss for words. But then again, I'm always like that around Heather.
I'm touched.
Titty.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did actually have to put my hand to my chest when I said that, so there was like a, I'm touched. Squish.
Oh.
Square. Squish. I mean,
see, I'm terrible because I talk almost entirely with like gestures, even when I'm on a voice call on a stream, where the closest we have to visual representation, besides you checking your hat everywhere, is cute little sad boy in the corner. So like, I'm not sure who I'm gesturing for, except my monitor, and I don't think she cares that much. Monitor, no.
Even your monitor is a she.
What's this about jet ski?
Yeah, exactly.
I got a poopy. It's worth 50.
Well, at least the boobs of friendship are reunited from all that time ago.
You know, I barely remember anything apart from the fact that I'm a right dick, so, you know.
Yeah.
Which is a phrase that is so uncommon over here stateside that half of my friends who caught on to that at the time now respond with, well, yeah, but you're a left boob. And I'm like, that's not the joke.
Oh, America.
Well, same difference. No, it's not the same difference.
It's not even a similar difference.
Yes, exactly.
I am the left boob.
Well, first of all, yes.
Because Heather's a right tit.
It's nuts that people over here don't know what that means. Just saying.
Like, I distinctly remember that a couple of years ago, I want to say circa 2015 or so, Nando's, okay, so immediately extremely British thing incoming, but Nando's in Brighton, which is basically the gay capital of the UK, and that's not me being disparaging, that's literally how it's, like, known. That's what it's known for, that's its thing. There, like, during Pride, they had a load of stickers up around the city advertising Nando's, like, with the Pride flag and everything, saying, worth coming out for. And that is a play on words in English. I have told this to so many Americans, and none of them get it.
Wait, seriously?
Because it's like, come out as in come out of the closet. Well, yeah, we understand that part. But yes, and also as in, like, coming out of the house. You know, go out. Do you not go out, America?
Isn't that nuts? Like, I think we would say heading out would be the closest thing, but that's just a failure on America's part, because, like, that going out for things, that's a thing.
Eh.
Like, maybe has slight romantic tones, but, like, no, that's absolutely a phrase. What?
Yeah, and like that song of like, oh, I'm coming out, like that as far as I'm concerned, can mean surprise gay, but it can also just mean, hey, guess who's gonna hit the town tonight? Ah, pizza pie Giovanni, bada bing bada boom.
Wait, 2015, wasn't I, like, with you in Brighton at the time?
Probably.
I think it was. Probably.
I was
Because that was that the same, like, that wasn't the same trip that we discovered Food with Friends, but
I think
it was in the same town.
I think it was the year before Food with Friends.
Yeah. Where you have to go with friends.
Otherwise you'll be denied service.
Wow, food with benefits, not bad.
Yeah, because, like, wasn't there, like, that little cake shop in Brighton where your family goes, like, every year? And I keep wanting to think that the rainbow cake is just something that they have for Pride, because the only time I ever go to Brighton is with Tess for his birthday, that just so happens to fall during Pride. So...
Yeah, usually it's like the week before Pride, and then for the past couple of years they've moved Pride closer and closer, and like, oh, now it's on my birthday. Also, hello, Copper. And is it appropriate for me to say hello to all of you? Because like I don't know if that's like the point is hello, you're valid, you exist. Hi.
Hello, Tess.
Oh. And Heather as well. Hello. Even though you were already here.
Well, okay, but still. Say hi to all of us, Tess. I mean...
Yeah, Tess.
Hi, Lozzie.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Ken. You wanna go for a ride? Sure. I'm a Bobby girl in a Bobby world.
Didn't they perform that as like part of the interval act in 2001? I want to say they did.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing like a video clip of them like sort of taking the sort of piss out of it a bit, like, no chance for a ride? Fuck off, Ken! I'm like, you can't say fuck at Eurovision!
But if I say fuck just 2 more times, that's 46 fucks in this fucked up rhyme.
Need arena.
Isn't that Pokemon?
No, it's that song, you know, My Sharona.
I thought Heather said need arena, and I'm just like, is that a Pokemon?
I did, actually. I'm sorry, the moment I hear anyone singing anything that's meta-aware of the contents of its own song, the first thing I think of is the Pokemon, I'm not sure what it's called, but something to the effect of somebody's girlfriend left him specifically because he wanted to do a song based on all 151 Pokemon. And when that didn't work out and she left, he finished the song, and it's all 150 Pokemon. It's pretty hard. She was getting kind of crabby, and I was Bulbasaur, like that kind of thing. And the whole, it's brilliant. Tess, I'll link you later.
Oh,
you link it to me as well?
Yes, of course. I'll put it in the music tab with a slight NSFW content warning.
Hey, people are actually gonna use the server for once.
Tess!
I just never know what to say.
That's what they all say. Where does this accent keep coming from?
Oh, it's called The Birds and the Bee Drills. Okay.
The song or the accent?
What? He does have a very thick accent. I'm not sure exactly from where, but you'll hear it as pure-blooded American. I promise that much.
And of course, the only country in the world where that actually matters to anyone is America. Because everywhere else it's like, hey, that's an accent. Whereas Americans be like, hey, that's not an American accent. That's not one of us. Like, that's just...
That ain't authentic.
That's just like... America is just if Yorkshire got really big. Like...
Tess, I have to say, hearing you do, like, your stereotypical American accent is one of the very, very, very large joys that fill me up inside. That sounded terrible. My point being...
Large things filling you up is a kink of yours. You have an entire novel of kinks, Heather.
And my friend made a wheel out of them that they spin every day to get me to write horny stories. What's your point?
Wheel of Fortune!
Incest!
I thought you was going to be like, wheel of pornos!
That works too. Because I've been playing Wheel of Fortune on the Wii with Mama Hex recently. And it's been a time, because American Wheel of Fortune is dumb.
Yeah, I can imagine. But do tell, I'd love to hear.
Okay, so there was one final round where, like, the category was living things, plural. And, like, this was all standing between me and winning. And... Link, when you say you're going to grapple the hook, please come in. But, yes. Like, the category was living things. And like, I could clearly tell that the second word was piranha. No S, just singular piranha, even though it's living things plural, but whatever. And the first word was something A something something. And we were trying to work out what the hell it could be. We paused the game. We Googled it. There was no species of piranha that has that as its name. And you know what the answer was?
I'm terrified. Go on.
Baby piranha.
What?
Like, just American Wheel of Fortune puzzles are so dumb.
That is, yeah, no, that's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Hey, it's okay. There are compilations of dumb people on Wheel of Fortune, so they're just trying to dumb it down for them, I guess.
A group of pill pushers.
Was it like that time when we played, when me, you, and Philly G played Wheel of Fortune at yours, Tess, when the category was place, and the answer was beautiful historic museum.
Yeah, they separate, proper locations are considered proper names. So sometimes under name, you can get a location. And then actual place would be just a place.
Like the concept of a place. Like a bright,
which is
airy
really
bedroom.
stupid.
And there was one that we had as well, where the category was thing, so really helpful right out the gate. And the answer was unique urban experience.
What the fudge?
Like, that's not even a thing. That's even more concept than everything else.
What? They're just like... never mind.
Don't mind me, I'm just updating the tracker, by the way. That's why the game is being a bit shush, because I'm trackering. Cheese and trackers. It's telling me there's still something in the Earth Temple, but there categorically isn't. But there was also one where I think in the end the answer was life savings, but I didn't know what it was, so I just put loafer shimness.
Calibrate cuff.
Paula D.
Oh boy.
Metropolitan Mutant of Arc.
Do you think Paula Dean's heard of that by now? I don't know if you were cutting in and out on your end, but Discord decided that only about half of that should come through, so it was a very Morse code sounding.
So not just Darude Sandstorm Test Edition.
Oh no, you're making me want to make that now.
Do it.
Just go back to this point, record, and then I can't even do it. I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna try. Sorry.
I thought you loved me!
Yes, but not enough for Darude.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought what we had was special. Anyway, who's Paula Dean?
I have no idea.
I think... Wasn't she the character in that dating sim where you could fuck butter?
What? Five Nights at Freddy's 5? I don't know. Actually, honestly, truly.
All I seem to remember is she's some sort of chef, so my brain is just sort of thinking, oh, so she's the female American Gordon Ramsay.
Not quite. More like, oh, I don't even know who you have over there. Do you have Emerald and his band Kick It Up a Notch? Does that sound familiar at all?
No.
Cool.
No.
Cool. Okay. There's, we have a whole channel, cooking channel, that's just like what you get on YouTube's cooking channels now. But it used to be live TV, where they would, like, throw this slop in a bowl, it would look terrible, and then, like, then you stick it in the oven for 40 minutes, but then, like, they pull another one that's already finished out of the oven that they prepared ahead of time. And, like, now that that's done, let's move on to the next step. And it's, like, clearly crafted to look perfect. Pretty fun stuff. Not really.
Fun fact, did you know when making adverts for fast food, they take shoe polish to paint grill marks on their burgers?
Oh, that's some of my favorite stuff. Whipped cream? Screw whipped cream. It gets all melty too
PVA
soon.
glue.
Use shaving cream instead.
Ah, that too.
Nice foamy shaving gel from Razor. Do they do? No, they do computer parts and scooters. Never mind.
One of those companies that does a strange combination of things. Like how...
I think it's actually two different companies, both named Razor spelled badly. One is Razor, one is Razor. But, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Razor Scooters gave up and decided to do friggin'... Anyway.
Because what I was going to say is, like, for example, the company Beak. They do ballpoint pens and also shaving razors.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Well... I may be biased because of the old, I want to say, the old Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons, because...
Da 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 da!
Dick! Yes. Yes, exactly.
The appropriately named Dick Entertainment.
And the main reason why that stuck with me is because I thought, hey, the kid that says Deke sounds surprisingly like the voice of Tails from that, and Tails is my baby. Well, not literally, that would be weird, but you know.
I did think it was Tails when I was really young.
So did I. Are we the same person?
Yes. Tess, I have to inform you from another life that you weren't just straight up gay, you were trans as well. So sorry. I know this may come as a shock to you, but...
When I've been in love with Heather, I've been in love with Tess as well at the same time, so I've been in love with Tess all this time!
Yeah, exactly.
I propositioned myself? Brackets not clickbait.
Yes, exactly. Self-cessed, or whatever.
And the best part is, no one without the context will actually know what actually happened there.
Yes! Give them no context. Make them beg me for their context.
Heather, I'm sure plenty of people...
That was going.
Plenty of people will beg you for your context.
So carefully worded.
I thought that was going a completely different direction. I thought, like, Heather was, like, the head of this, like, company, and, like, she's going to make people beg for their
company.
Now I'm just having a mental image of Heather sitting on top of a mountain of condoms.
I can do that too. Buy them at my OnlyFans at... right there next to Gamer Girl Bathwater. Am I allowed to sell that? Is that still legal?
I mean, I know someone who'd buy it, legal or not.
You know what really frustrates me about that whole interaction thing? It would have been so easy to bottle up actual bathwater and sell it, but she didn't. And that's just the dumbest form of getting caught for false advertising I've ever heard in my life. Because, like, why wouldn't you just bottle your own bathwater? Does she not take baths? Is that a thing? You know the situation of which I'm speaking, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Like, if I was going to bottle up my Gamer Girl bathwater and sell it, I would
When you say it sounds like a euphemism.
Well, there's some of that in the water too. It's part of the advertising campaign.
Oh!
Yeah!
Where do I find these people?
The fresh hint of soap and a few other things.
The fresh hint of Bel Air.
Remember the scent of mother.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get myself a drink. I'll be right back.
Tennis.
It's funny because we don't have the Eric Andre show over here.
You know, I've never even seen it. It's okay. I'm pretty sheltered for an American.
Oh,
so
but
you have no idea how tempting it is to start, like, pronouncing things the way that you would if you were doing an American accent. Like, that's like, really enticing, I have to say.
like what?
Like what? Well, you see, the American language has very harsh R's, and therefore becomes a bit of an ear sore after a while. If I were to speak with proper diction in American English, it would be probably the most annoying thing you've ever heard in your life. And I'd sound Canadian.
Oh my god.
It does sound like that, doesn't it? Oh, who knew that Valley Girl was the true American dialect all along?
See, the true truth of the matter is that I don't good with accents in general, but when I do Canadian, oh boy howdy, that's not a good, accurate anything.
To my American ears, you do every single British accent perfectly.
You know, Canadian, famously a British accent.
I was changing the subject, but yes, Canadian is funny to me because everyone always tries to really like sell it, but if you want to sound Canadian, you just sound like Western or American show voice actors because most of them are Canadian.
You're just trying to take away my ability to say, Tim Hortons just your good buddy there, eh? You know, like all Canadians are known for saying.
You needed another, oat somewhere in there as well.
When have you ever heard Alex say that?
Oh, when
Implying that Alex is the only...
Upon explaining that Tim Hortons your good buddy.
Implying that Alex is the only Canadian you know. I mean...
You know, when he's talking about Tim Hortons.
When
It's
does
pillow
Alex
talk, really.
talk about Tim Hortons?
I don't know, that's his get-out clause.
What was I going to say? I know a Canadian that doesn't mention Tim Hortons. No, Laura. You know a Yorkshire guy that lives in Canada who married a Canadian that somehow has an accent that sounds like the two intertwined and married together.
That's really fascinating. I love that kind of stuff. Japanese people who learned English from somebody who originally spoke French, like that kind of stuff's really fun.
Well, I was that, but the other way around, in that I learned Japanese from an Algerian woman whose native language was Arabic.
So, you speak Japanese with an Arabian accent?
I don't know.
You gotta ask somebody who's native to Japanese what your accent is.
But now I can't think of any expressions to spontaneously blurt out. Bearing in mind the last time we had a conversation about my capacity to speak Japanese, I very nearly accused someone of having a piss fetish.
Well, I won't confirm it if you don't.
Oh.
Last time you spoke to me about Japanese, you just showed me some Japanese writing on a can of soda or fizzy drink or whatever, and you're just like, hey, you could just show your sister this!
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, I do.
The only thing that I remember is showing you that the kanji for the word that means roughness or unevenness, because it's just fucking Tetris.
Yeah, because I remember you showing me the can, like, when I went over to visit yours, but the last thing I remember about you mentioning Japanese to me, was the Tetris thing, because I said, like, my sister's learning Japanese, but she only knows, like, 2 of the 3 alphabets, but she can say construction, mountain, and river in kanji. So if you need a mountain constructing by a river...
Well, what a coincidence!
What, you buy a river, and or a mountain, and it needs constructing?
Yes. May I see it? No.
I guess that's technically what the Grand Canyon is, isn't it? I think.
What, a mountain that needs constructing by a river?
Or rather, a mountain that was constructed by a river. It's 2 giant cliffsides surrounding a river that has dug it out over bajillions of years. That counts, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So why are Darknuts furries in this?
I don't know, but I'm not complaining.
I mean, it's probably the best design they've ever had, frankly. Especially if we're gonna keep calling them Darknuts. I mean, it's just nice that they're all Anubis, so, you know.
He's very trash.
Just two furries just fucking going at it.
Sword fighting.
And then there's me.
Bad dong. What year was that from?
2000 and... I think that was from the 2016 Big Fat Quiz of the Year.
Now, was that before or after everything being Crossrail?
Or was it 2017 Quiz of the Year? I know it was from Big Fat Quiz. I wonder if that's gonna happen this year.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm sorry, I just checked the chat. How does a wanker cooking show work? That sounds like there's a lot of cream filling.
Did I ever tell you, Heather, about the dragon milk pancakes?
Well, that certainly sounds like something I'd want to try, but I don't believe you ever have, no.
Well, I can't actually find the original image, so consider yourself spared.
Oh no. Context though, for the uninitiated?
Furries.
Oh, okay. So this is like, you wish your mother was a mill tank, but instead it's just with the dragon?
Heather, what the fuck?
That's a thing from, that's a thing from Gen 7! There's like a point where it's like, a nice refreshing glass of mill tank milk. It tastes so good, you'll wish your mother was a mill tank. That's like a thing. And I'm still very bothered by it.
Are you sure? Because that sounds like exactly something you would enjoy.
Yes, but at the same time...
Are you going to be adding to the wheel after this?
What?
Are you going to be adding to the wheel after this?
I am actually going to add dragon milk pancakes if I don't forget.
Ooh-wee!
Just adding a note by messaging you, dragon milk pancakes to capital W. Okay. What are we talking about?
That's not an accordion, that's a radiator. 69, that's the sex number, etc.
Is that the thing with the Kirby head on it? Or is that an automaton? No, that's a robot.
Now I'm just reminded of the thing I sent Tess. If Kirby was to suck you, what power would he get? Depression.
I have crippling depression.
Same!
Represented by a poofy tail and a lion's mane, or the hat? Would
Yes.
Kirby just get a top hat and be very, very sad?
I mean, this is me we're talking about. It's probably technically a bottom hat. What?
I forgot how creepy this design was. It's been so long since I played this game.
It's been a hot minute since I've done anything adjacent to the end game as well, personally, myself also as well, you know, house.
Puppet Ganon's like one of the best interpretations.
This is false advertising. Oh, Puppet. I was expecting Puppy Ganon.
Oh no.
Puppy Ganon?
Orf,
What?
orf.
Well, he's a pig. Puppet Ganon. Well, he's a pig, yeah?
Oh, so that's why he's a pig in Animal Crossing.
Oh my god, Lawsy, have you never played the original Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System?
There it is!
Hey, I'm aware that there's some Minnesota in there somehow.
It's so freaking cool, Tess! I cannot begin to express to you how great it is to just hear do hard R's.
My experience with the Legend of Zelda games, apart from in Tess's videos, is watching my sister play Breath of the Wild very, very badly.
My condolences. At 7 on 4. But seriously.
Oh, that's right, I'm in a Zelda commentary. I have to shut up about the whole, Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game. And
It's a spin-off at best.
well, sure, but you know, my other favorite game has always been Spirit Tracks, right?
See, at least that's a Zelda game, whereas Like, Rosie Rupee Land is more Zelda game than Breath of the Wild. Discuss.
Well, I like Rosie Rupee. Yeah. I will also say that, given that Freedom Planet was a game that made me realize I'm not a Sonic fan, I can probably agree that Breath of the Wild made me realize I'm not a Zelda fan. Does that count?
Has anyone ever, far even has decided, been to use Go Do Look More Like?
Have you ever had a dreams?
There it is. But, as I was going to say, there are British accents that have the post-vocalic "are you egg."
Such as?
The West Country.
Isn't that Ireland?
That's the country to the west. Surprisingly, it's not the same thing.
Isn't that like Devon and Cornwall?
Yes.
That sort of thing.
Oh,
I mean,
Devon
I know
and
that
Cornwall.
the Irish language in general has the hard R's by comparison, but like...
You know what I just realized? Cutting Puppet Gannon's strings sounds an awful lot like the opening bars of Tillem Weish from Eurovision 2019. Burger King foot lettuce.
But it turns out that might be what you get.
G-A-E-T.
Oh my god.
Look at her butt.
Who's that? Heather's butt? I could look at that butt all day. I mean, what?
I mean, same, but
That's
still.
Specifically the mashup of Electrodrome and Baby Got Back that Botanic Sage did, because that was amazingly well timed otherwise.
I'm not familiar, but I am intrigued.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Electrodome, Baby Got Back, and there's a rapping bit from My Anaconda.
Oh.
Yeah, which, you know, it fits in that context, and I certainly wouldn't want to partake my individual self in any other context that, you know, work out. But, yeah, anyway, yeah, they use thwomps to emphasize beats, so there's a point where it's like, oh my god, look at her butt, it's really, really cool. I just thought that's what you were doing, that's all.
No, it was an entire coincidence.
I like that.
Ninky Minjaj.
You think somebody misunderstood light arrows to be electricity arrows?
It wouldn't be unpossible.
What wouldn't be possible?
They always have electric zappy bits coming out of Puppet Ganon whenever he's hit by enough light arrows. So my thinking is immediately that there's... Oh, I love that design! Big spider piggy. Since there's electric bits and you hit him with light arrows, it's possible somebody misunderstood that light arrows are electricity based. Or at least they're trying to represent it with that.
Light as opposed to lightning.
Yeah,
as opposed to medium and heavy-ning.
Yes, exactly.
And there is a difference.
Thunder and lightning, it's getting exciting.
I always think of Pajama Sam whenever I hear that.
Good!
Whereas we think of Sergei Lazarev.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever I hear that song, the first thought that comes to my mind is Pajama Sam. Thunder and lightning aren't so frightening.
You are what you eat from your head to your feet.
Oh, that's right! Oh, that fucking garbage! I forgot about that!
No need to hide when it's dark outside.
See, that's a good one, though. Like, the first three were fantastic, and then Humongous Entertainment fell silent for a couple of years, and then they got new writers, new actors, new animators. It's not even the same games anymore. It feels very shovelware, which is uncomfortable given that Humongous Entertainment was like a showstopper when they first came out.
You see,
I'm just glad you remember all that.
I didn't really grow up with Humongous, apart from... Also, hello, Hearty, we didn't miss you. The only Humongous Entertainment game that I grew up with was the Blue's Clues Birthday Something or Other, which was the American version, so everything was wrong, and Bucket and Spade were called Shovel and Pail. This might have even been in the days before Paprika. Like, nowadays, Paprika is the older sister to a younger brother. Which, like, fuck off with that.
Is that Blue's Clues and You?
What?
Blue's Clues
What?
and You. That's the new show.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I've never
it's
seen it,
CG
so
Blue.
maybe to say.
It's actually pretty awesome.
Isn't that the one where Blue could just magically talk because shark jumping?
No, that's Blue's Playhouse or some shit, and she's a puppet, and it's very bad.
Very bad. Very, very bad. Basically, any interpretation of Blue that doesn't involve hunting for clues misses the point, and therefore is not worth including in our little lineup of Blue's Clues. So what we got was Steve, Kevin, and Joe back in the day. And very recently, with a new art style to accompany it, some new kid came in, and I have no idea what his name is. But he gets a call on his handy dandy notebook that's also an iPhone by Steve and Joe, and the three of them talk in a FaceTime call, and it's a hell of an experience.
I am offended. Like how
Also, Steve is bald.
valid, but the Teletubbies and the Tubby phone, a smartphone that brings them into the modern world. But it turns out that might be just what you get.
Yeah, and since when did the Teletubbies have kids?
The fucking Tiddly-Tubbies. I am not okay with them.
Are those the things that like end up in the real world and like? Oh yeah, I remember that. I thought.
Well, hold on a minute.
Sorry,
I just had a big wrinkle brain moment. So, wife swap, right? But instead of that, it's kid swap, and specifically swap the Tiddly-Tubbies with the Pikmin.
Why?
Teach kids about communism and manual labor. Meanwhile, Steve, Steven, Stavros, Stuvlet, Stump, and Stodge, and Etienne, can't forget Etienne, are all just sort of chilling under the mountain, being like, ha, naughty Nunu, fetch me my tubby custard. Because that's what a vacuum cleaner's supposed to do. Puts the bud in butler, am I right, folks? Oh.
It's been a while since I've been able to do that. Thank you.
That's Pingu.
What's your point?
Pingu best boy?
Pingu is terrifyingly relatable. It's very strange. I didn't grow up with Pingu, so I got to watch the terrifying walrus episode much later.
Fun fact, did you know Pingu's actually Swiss?
Ooh, is it?
Yeah.
Is that why no one ever... Okay, makes sense.
Well,
Because, like, everyone talks, but it doesn't sound like it's people who spoke English first who are talking, so, like, the weird walrus thing going like, hi today, sunny day, is actually something in Swiss that I don't understand, so my brain fills it in, like the spider in it.
or
Swiss
everything.
isn't a language.
Or everything Midna says in Twilight Princess, including but not limited to, this is not fried chicken.
Oh, I love listening to Minna talk, but that's just because Minna's really hot, so.
And, Hearty, since when have you ever had anything worthwhile to add to a conversation in your life ever, though?
Oh.
I jest. I'm just being a dick satchel.
You do have one of those.
You know,
Wait.
for safekeeping.
Switzerland's that place where they speak the 4 different languages, right?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes?
And Swiss German sounds like someone speaking regular German very badly.
Gannon has Grandpa Gannon here. That's amazing. Sorry, I just got to the fight, so now I'm staring at Grandpa Gannon. I'm very happy about this fact.
And he's blue. Da
Blue
booty da
Grandpa
booty.
Gannon.
Babada-boopy.
Rabba-da-boop.
Wait, do the Swiss broadcasters for Eurovision, do they like take it in turns the same way that the Belgian ones do, or I don't get it.
They sort of work together as like a conglomerate thing. So like I want to say it's either the German and the Romansh or the Italian and the Romansh are already a unified thing, and then they like collaborate. They stop, collaborate, and listen, and like it's like when they have multi-stage national finals, it's like they get a bunch of songs from the German side, and a bunch of songs from the French side, and a bunch of songs from the Italian side, usually in that order from highest to lowest in terms of how many songs they actually submit. And then out of those, they determine, right, well, we need to have proportional representation, so we'll have one Italian song and 2 French songs and 3 German songs in the show itself, except they don't do that anymore. And then they're like, hey, now we have Jiminy Cricket.
Ah, see, that's what... Because, like, why don't Belgium do that?
Because Belgium waffles. Big old balls on a cube.
Now I'm just reminded of that chocolate shop in Belgium that sold, like, chocolate penis lollipops.
Oh, you have those too?
Heather, I love you! I saw them at
dick lollipops over here. It's like a fad. I'm glad it spread all the way over.
Well, what about penis pasta? That also exists.
That's a thing? That's amazing! Where
Also,
can I get it?
Tess just straight up murdered a man.
Who did you kill?
Ganon, Blue Edition.
Grandpa Ganon.
He
He looks so happy!
Shiny Ganon.
I never did tell Tess about the TAPD.
You never did.
I never did, because I was waiting for Alex to come back so I could tell you together.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
But oh well, it inspired me to write a really erotic Eurovision story kind of thing, because it happened during Eurovision.
Seeing Zelda hugging Tess, that's so precious.
Zelda furry confirmed.
Eggs and bacon. I was mistaken.
Well, I mean, this didn't take as long as I thought it would, so I've only been streaming for like an hour, so I still want to stick by my original promise of I want to go and find the double magic, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe the randomizer won't let me exist. We shall see.
It's a good thing they didn't randomize everything to be in a bunch of different chests, because then you'd have to get the treasure map to go out in the middle of the ocean and then find the iron boots there.
You can set it to do that.
Seriously?
Yeah. But I had the treasure charts turned off, as well as a bunch of the, like, tedious things. So as you can tell by the tracker on the stream, didn't get the ghost chip chart, didn't get double magic, didn't get one of the letters, and yet one of the first things I got was a letter. And hey, look, the bubble has room for the hat I'm not wearing. I'm a sea lion! Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba! Can't handle all this moisture.
Well, of course not. You're still in the bubble.
Meow.
Tess, you really gotta step outside your protective bubble and witness the wetness.
Meow. If you have a woman and she gets wet, is that moistrogen? Women are scary.
That's what I take every morning.
Isn't that essentially what I tried to do to you, Tess? To try and get you out of your comfort bubble whenever I visit you? You do things. Instead of...
Sounds like it requires context.
Now,
Whenever I visit...
Oh,
whenever I visit Tess, he leaves his house, basically.
It definitely did not save. But that's okay. So, bear somewhat with, because I at least want to know where in the hell the double magic was.
It's probably in the Earth Temple behind a locked door.
What?
You were having
It's
trouble with the
good.
Earth Temple a couple streams back, right?
Yeah, but I finished the Earth Temple in this stream. It just so happens that that's where I've gone back to. But, like, everything that I did in here isn't what it... So, also, I have no idea why that cleared the stream chat history, so don't mind that, but... There's not... Like, the rest of everything else is just optional stuff. So I guess I'll find Ooh, actually, what I could do is aggressive money. Competitive capitalism.
Find a house.
Tess, that's just capitalism.
Oh, yeah. You know, casual sex as opposed to ranked competitive sex.
How would competitive sex even work?
You don't want
Is
to
it
know.
Oh, I do, Heather.
Well, there's a couple different categories. Number of babies is one of them. Gallons came is another. So, you know.
What constitutes an any percent run?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get somebody to come, so, you know, if we're not measuring squirt distance but time to squirt, then, you know, that could be considered any percent, right?
Okay, then! I'm sorry I asked!
I'm not.
Lozzie?
There's also, let's see, the shot put, the rope climb. Really, it's the whole sex Olympics.
Oh, trust me, if anything's gonna stop me from being a teacher, it's not going to be listening to this conversation intently.
Better known as the Olympics. Anyway.
But I am a sweet, gentle, innocent Floof. You're poisoning my soul with your juices.
Tess,
Okay,
if
that
I
is
have
the
not
biggest load of
corrupted you
BS
yet,
ever.
You are unbreakable.
Go on.
Tess, you are not innocent.
How am I not innocent?
Oh, I could tell you, but I wouldn't want to dox you on stream. Would it be doxing? I don't know.
I don't even know what you're referring to.
Shall I just say the number 12 and leave it at that?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I was gonna ask Devoir, in that case 4. Anyway, where were we? You think it's all just auction items? Like, is that everything else?
It won't be. I'm just here to see if there is anything of juice on the Splabbim stand.
Kinky?
Plumbus.
Just take me by the plumbus already.
Oh.
Look out, Ari! It's a Plumbus 2000!
Everyone has a plumbus in their homes, but how do they make it? First, they take the dinglebob and smooth it out with a bunch of schleem. The schleem is later repurposed for future batches.
Oh no.
What?
They then push the dinglebob through the grumbo, where it is rubbed against the fleeb. It's important that the fleeb is rubbed because it has the fleeb juice.
What did I just come back to?
Then a shlami shows up,
From Tessellating Hexagons.
and he rubs it and spits on it. They fleeb. They cut the fleeb. After that, the grumbo and plubus are shaved away. that leaves you with a regular old plumbus.
How to eat a kumquat. You'll impress your friends with your knowledge of this funnily named fruit. Oh, that's it. The tutorial video itself isn't that funny, apart from the fact that they made a whole how-to video with a very robotic voice that laughs about the fact that kumquat has cum in it, followed by 2 steps. It's like you'll need water, roll it in your hand a bit after you get it wet, and pop it in your mouth. That's it! Well, then why even make it? It's just woof. Very woof. Woof cow. Orc?
And there's the, do you peel it? Because, in my experience, kumquats are basically like if an orange had a bastard child with a grape. And it's kind of spicy, but, like, good. I'm down for the spicy orange grape. I wouldn't mind a mouthful of kumquat.
Well,
Oh, yes.
that's why you asked me to have TAPDs on the regular.
3 in 1 hole? Excuse you? I'm not that flexible.
If you have 1 in each nostril, does that count as 2 in 1 hole?
I mean, by that logic, it'd be 3 in 1 hole if you also had 1 in your mouth.
I mean, no one said anything about that, but sure.
They're all connected to your throat, so, you know.
Well, I know someone who'd be into it.
Or at least he thinks he'd be into it, am I right, ladies?
More like it'd be into him. Aha! Up top!
I feel included.
Did we just have a 3-way high five on a live stream?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't show your kids, kids.
Why did these, like, these... So, we have a Linda, but we also have a Pompey, but we also have a Minenko. Like, y'all, can you be consistent with the origins of your names? How dare you have a diverse society? It's unrealistic. Gummy!
That sounds tasty.
Oh.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
I was trying to think of somewhere that's just as diverse, and my brain just went, "Hi, welcome to Chili's."
Are those helium balloons? No? Okay.
I mean, like, I'd be floating away if they were.
Yes, that's the joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Just making sure.
Because we're tighter than bark on a tree.
Oh, Heather, we love you.
Santiago.
I'm touched.
What's this about Santiago?
Ole.
Dino's back.
Hooray!
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is rather celebratory of diversity that they have a little kid here who's, like, gambling with everyone else. That's progressive, right? Actually, he's not even a little kid. He's a lion in this case.
Meow.
Furry inclusive. Furry inclusive bidding war.
Up next on TMZ.
Wow, that is weird to hear you say the word Z.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I've been playing Mario and Luigi Dream Team Bros because it's called Dream Team Bros in this country and not just Dream Team. And
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm up to the final dungeon of that, which means I've had to encounter the Z Keeper, which as a joke just does not work in English.
Yeah, but like the sleeping sound, do you really Z? Because like that doesn't sound anything like snoring. I guess.
Well, neither does Z. Like we just use the letter Z as a symbol that means snoring. It doesn't actually sound like it.
I always thought the reason why you used that as that was because it was like it was supposed to sound like Z's.
In
Z's.
what?
Fuck.
In what language does Z sound anything like?
The glottal back throat. I don't know languages. I tried learning Esperanto and that did not go over well.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, well, neither am I anymore.
Oh.
Estrogen took that away from me.
Laura, if you remember what I taught you about Spanish, then you might know how they got the name Esperanto.
Oh, is it inspired by Espanol?
That's
Or
what,
España?
Yeah, that's one of the, well, not literally the word, but from the Spanish language, they did derive some of the grammar. But specifically, remember what I taught you about the present continuous? How you take an infinitive and take off the ending and replace it with ando or iendo, and so Esperanto is a cognate with the Spanish esperando, which is the present continuous of esperar, which means wait or hope. So it means hoping.
Hoping everyone finally catches on.
And I mentioned this during Mario Galaxy Versus as well. This was ages ago, but still. Esperanto throws major shade in its idiomatic expressions. Because, you know how in English we say, oh, it's all Greek to me if you don't understand something?
It's all language to them, I'm assuming.
Well, in Esperanto, the equivalent expression is, oh, it's all Volapük to me, because Volapük was the previous attempt at making a global language.
See, that's great. I really like that.
Just throwing shade left, right, and back to the left again. Okay, hang on. So, Heather, you'll know this because you understand music and also Sonic games.
Hi.
So you know the music from the Chow lobby in Sonic Adventure 2? What the fuck does that vocal sample say? Because it's something about like
house techno.
It's been such a long time since I've heard it, but all I remember is something like sit on the wax and spit on the saddle.
Oh yeah, that one. Shit. I thought you meant the opening, the house techno, that bit. And then the rest of it is with the biggest request and all manner of things. But I don't remember what the hell the wicking the whack and spinning the saddle. What the fuck is that? Hang on, racking my brain. It's been a couple years. Hang on, I'm gonna go listen to it real quick.
I mean, it's more entertaining than watching me bid on pieces of one. Because that's all they've been so far. And yes, I'm aware I didn't win that previous one because I got Spengrantest at the past possible. I don't remember how many auctionables there are. This might be the only other one. Oh, yeah, okay.
So this is fun.
I love how there's implication there, where like by having to button mash to build that meter at the bottom of the screen, you're having to work up the courage to just say, hey, actually, I want to buy this. And as someone who suffers from social anxiety, big mood!
Can relate, also.
Mood river, wider than a mile.
No.
I was really hoping you would go into some other, like, moon river, wider than my ass.
Oh.
Anyway,
Heather, are you trying to insinuate that I'm dummy thick?
well, I already know you are, Tess.
Oh. See, I do not have any memory nor any record of the photo to which you referred that one time. Also, that being said, the person who made the custom models for this randomizer, fucking Tess's face right there. Just the audacity of this bitch. but yes. The person who made the models that I'm using did actually offer to make a dummy thick character model variant. With the asterisk that he didn't really know if it would actually work, but the offer was there.
Please tell me he also gave you a gigantic bulge if he was going to do that.
I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest.
Oh my days, my brain.
As far as I can tell, it's winging the wax and spinning the sound. The other two I know for sure, because I have the original samples on my dead computer. But, yeah, not so much that one.
What about that one from Shadow the Hedgehog that just sounds like Back to the Pipe?
Oh, the brat the back, that whole, yeah. Good question. Very good question. I've been trying to figure that one out for fucking years. Actually, I've been trying to find it because it's a hell of a good sample. I wouldn't assume it was recorded special since they barely ever do that. But you never know.
How does one find samples in the first place anyway? Because I don't even know how to go about adquiring the sample they use in the Danganronpa soundtrack for the non-stop debates, which, as far as I'm aware, I think it's something to the effect of you can't stop non-stop debate now. But like, where did they get that from? Can I steal it and use it as toilet paper?
It is technically the case that any remix, as long as you're not using too large of a chunk of a song, it should be fine. I believe it used to be half a minute, now it's 7 seconds or something like that. So by rights, you could always sample anything, basically, but sample libraries are specifically built up by people who spend the money to get the rights to use all the individual sounds that they collect, and it's up to just the taste of the people compiling them, what they think is worth collecting, I guess. And then sample libraries are bought as a license, similar to how you could get a license to use certain digital audio workstations, plugins for that workstation, etc. Which is to say, you need to go out and buy a big folder of sounds from somewhere online at this point. That's the only way to get sample libraries.
Or just...
And furthermore, they get like phased out. Like, they keep re-releasing albums and they're like, look, there's more stuff. But we're not sure we have the rights to sell this anymore, so we got rid of that one. And that's why it's so frustrating trying to recreate Sonic Victory.
Now there's more art.
Like painting with less colors.
Yeah.
And in case you didn't notice, they were trying to sell 10 rupees for 60 rupees. Seems legit.
I'm proud of you.
Cool. I mean, Tess trying to revive Lively Planet, but he dummy thick, and the clap of his ass cheeks is alerting Alex.
I mean, that's astonishingly accurate for the current situation, actually.
But since Alex isn't being alerted, then it's not the clap of your ass cheeks.
Oh.
So... But yes, we should do some stuff with Lively Planet, because it's fun. It's fun when we all hang out together.
Yeah, and something else that I'm looking forward to as well is just having, like, voice calls where we do, like, table reads of Customer NTS scripts and stuff, because that is coming along, as Heather can confirm.
Yes, very much so.
That is going to be fun.
Yeah. Obviously.
It's gonna be fun, but like I'm gonna have like da 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 in my head the entire time, and like I'm just gonna have to resist singing along.
Can relate.
Yes. Sorry.
Because I can't remember how long ago it was, but I remember re-watching the Danganronpa 2 streams that you two did, and that was a good.
I forget how bad was my narcolepsy in that one.
I don't know.
You definitely had narcolepsy in V3. I remember that for certain.
Oh, that's right. I was asleep for more than half of that, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I got to like rewatch later and be like, wow, look, piranhas. What? What?
I remember Tess comparing me to Mikan in Danganronpa 2.
Which is mostly accurate, apart from the parts where it's not accurate at all.
Is that the nurse character?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the nurse.
Yes,
yeah.
very accurate. Most of the time.
Thanks! Good to know!
Good nurse, caring individual. Good at taking care of care.
Very quick to apologize for things, even when it's not her fault. But I'd like to think.
Sorry about that!
I'd like to think that Laura isn't illegal.
I'm not. I do not kill people in the name of Junko Enoshima. I think that was what she meant by her beloved. Unless she was talking about Hajime.
I'm fairly sure she was talking about Junko, but still. Carl, that kills people!
Whoa, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember taking a Danganronpa 2 quiz on Facebook and the character it gave me was Hajime. Which, I mean, of the 3 pro tags, kind of the most attractive.
Entirely reasonable. And I know that it gave me either Chiaki or Nagito, and I do not remember which one, but either way, accurate.
But you're not.
Like that.
What, Chiaki? Is that... No. I'm thinking of the little one.
Hiyoko.
The orange. Yeah. Because I thought I was going to get the little dancing orange girl.
But you don't call everyone a nasty, trashy pig shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally me.
Well, I would say that was Tess when he called my sister white trash.
But that's because she went to a Halloween party wearing a bin bag.
What? What, like a Charlie Brown ghost sheet, but like not?
But like exactly the opposite because it comes from underneath instead of above and it's black instead of white.
Ooh.
Basically, my sister made a dress out of a bin bag to go to a Halloween party. And then I told Tess about it at the time, and then he was just like, oh, so she's going as white trash. And then when I went to say, like, yo, have a good time, I was just like, my friend says you're white trash. And he was like, yep.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Wow, this place gave me so much trouble when I played through it. Tess, just watching you be able to handle this is like remarkable.
And the thing is, I specifically set the Savage Labyrinth to not hold any useful items, so at this point I'm just doing it to show off.
Yes, please do.
Good, because I'm already, you know,
Doing that.
I'm on my Wii.
Oh, boy.
But maybe
I thought you were on your GameCube.
Well, I thought wrong.
the fat controller laughed. You were wrong.
I remember that.
That was right, yeah.
Eggs and bacon, you were mistaken.
Which is like one of the few things you shouldn't say to a vegan.
Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey, but I'm a vegan. Oh, I'm sorry, wakey wakey, vegetables and sadness. That was Tumblr, I got that from Tumblr before anyone takes offense. I need those fences.
How many do you have left, Tess?
I don't know, I've not opened Minecraft in a while.
Oh no.
Clearly that's what I should be streaming instead.
I have like 150 fences in Animal Crossing.
I just watched someone mother a turtle for a 3-hour stream on Minecraft, so I am completely in understanding of that. If you wanted to.
Oh, you see,
Just jump over the hole.
I was under the impression that, like, by mothering a turtle, you meant, like, here's a turtle giving live birth, as they're known to do.
Oh, jeez. No, it was like...
I thought it was somebody giving birth to a
never
turtle.
hatched a turtle before in Minecraft, and apparently turtle eggs are like the most fragile thing, because the only thing that can come in contact with them without breaking them is another turtle. If you step too close to it, it instantly dies and cracks or whatever. So they built a wall around it and proceeded to march around their house on their roof, shooting at skeletons for 3 hours. Like 12 in-game days, maybe more, and just kept protecting the egg, waiting for it to hatch. It was very cute. And then it hatched. They're like, oh, he's so cute. I was like, yeah.
See, I know that you can, like, get, like, turtle shell scute things, and you can make, like, armor out of them or something, and, like, I have just not had the heart to do that.
Yeah, who has the heart to kill a turtle? Don't bully the turtles.
Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
Me. I'm sad.
Who needs a dream when a dream can be stolen? I've got a dream wide awake.
How does that even work?
Daydream.
Yeah.
But surely you're kind of asleep for that, though.
Nani?
I'm dumb.
Depends on your definition of asleep.
And also your definition of daydream.
Alternatively, you could just use play.aidungeon.io. I think that's the website, because I feel like, Heather, at this point, you're the only person who's not heard about my various escapades on that website, because it is a time.
What is that?
I haven't heard of them either.
You were here when I talked about that time that I had a dragon husband whose parents were out of town, and then, because it was Sunday, 7-Eleven was closed, so we suggested that we go into the back and do the do there.
Kinky.
Oh, that.
See, it's
Oh wait, I
supposed-
was right? I was kidding about the whole, what is that, some furry roleplay shit? No, that is exactly what it is. Okay.
Well, it's supposed to be, like, predictive text tabletop RPG simulator, but for some reason, when I play it, it just
horny.
yeah! And I want to note, I don't invoke that deliberately.
Uh-huh.
Tess is far too innocent for such things.
It's true.
It's like a magnet.
12.
All the hottest things in the world are gravitated to him.
It's true.
Hi, Tess.
Heather is one of 2 self-identified, non-straight, trans female lesbians who, despite their self-described orientation, completely conflicting with this, they find me attractive. There is another besides Heather who meets all of those descriptors.
You need to ask this other person whether or not they think you radiate twink energy, despite the fact that you're like 6 foot whatever.
Meow. As I've said on the internet before, henlo in the streets, hello in the sheets.
Oh
Then there's me.
And then there's Maud.
Who, whenever I mention that I'm bi, nobody ever seems to believe me because I have husband.
Well, that's just
Not
plain
how.
biphobic.
Yeah, like, seriously. Girls can be hot and husbando possible. Also vice versa, as I quietly drool over Tess. Anyway.
Thanks,
where were we?
Heather. I love you too.
Look, it's the making Tess squirm part that really entertains me. Would you squirm if I started like drilling over you both? And you know that's what's really important. Would you like sit there and mew at me like?
Would I? I couldn't even know.
That's
Give
what.
me the opportunity.
That's
Give
how-
me the opportunity, and we'll find out.
That's how everyone reacts to me, even Alex.
I remember having a crush on you once. I also
Nani?
remember having a crush on Alex once.
The dreaded having a crush on everyone nice to you. I feel that very hard.
Alex is worse at that. He's like, ah,
Really?
yes, you are an woman. Put penis inside?
Maybe?
Why is it not like that with me, though?
Nani?
Shinda.
What?
I don't even think I had a crush on Tess just because he was nice to me. I just thought, Tess cute.
Tess
And
is
then
cute. Tess is
and then
very
he-
cute.
I'm hot and
And then he
famous.
Yes.
And then he introduced me to Alex, and then I was just like, Alex cute.
And then I introduced you to Heather, and you were like, Heather cute.
Yeah.
And
And-
Joth was involved somewhere along the line. And to be fair, Scalies are cute.
And then I got married to Philly G, and I'm just sort of like, okay, my friends are still cute. Heather is hot. AF.
Hi.
10 out of 10 would fuck again. What?
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, so you don't follow the channel where I post news. How would you know?
The what now?
Yes.
I don't-
Nothing of the
I
sort.
didn't even know such a channel existed. May I do the follow?
Yeah, I mean, it's all horny fetish shit, so like, don't expect anything.
If it's on Twitter, I don't really look at Twitter too much anyway, so it's fine.
I'll link
There.
What
all
the
just
hell
a-
is going on?
This is what's
the
known as a
multi-heather shit, clearly.
rendezvous. A rendezvous. Vouse? Rendezvous. There we go.
Rendes Vals.
Rendezvous.
Shawn Mendes Voos.
I know Leigh Francase.
Porn?
Frankase.
Frankays and Benays.
Ooh. That's something I've not had in a while.
Say. Last time I was there, they were playing Cliff Richard. The conversation came full circle.
Yay!
I don't think I've ever found out. What happens if you run out of bombs on this floor?
There are bomb flowers.
Okay.
Also, in case you couldn't hear Philly G from the 2 times he shouted across the room, he says hi.
Hi.
Heather says
This is also a fine opportunity for me to show off the fact that the enemy's colours are randomized as well. So,
Oh, really? Is that why all the chews look weird?
yep.
Interesting.
They're exotic and different.
So, how does that work? Is it room by room, or is it like overall? In this game, electric chews are red.
Yeah, it's a global thing.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, by the way, my hammer is the broom from Anodyne.
Oh, I saw that last stream, and I'm very happy about that.
And it's got the little sort of swappy thing on it as well. And also, my bombs are the bombs from Billy Hatcher.
Oh yeah, that's why they look different. I've been trying to figure that out for a while.
And then your Deku leaf is flags.
Yeah, it's the flag of San Marino when I'm flagged with it, and the flag of Antarctica when I'm just sort of whapping it around like a flout.
Interesting that it's 2 different models. I guess because they're moving different.
Yeah, because they get like a different shape and everything.
Well, at least you kept with the theme of having like 2 flags that are white and blue.
Oh, that wasn't even intentional. It was just a load of things that are on brand for me.
Yeah, like you were the first person to have Antarctica in like an online song contest
Well,
thing because there was
technically you were the first, but
well, it was your contest, so
that's true. And I did guide them to victory.
Because there was this song contest Wikia article that's just like, this is where you would list Antarctica's entries and you're in online song contests.
If
But that
they
will
had
never
one.
happen.
But yeah, like the page was like, this is where we'd put their songs if they had any, but that'll never happen, smiley face. But then it did happen because I specifically found a way of making it happen.
And then other
contests started using it, but they don't use the Wikia, so they don't list them.
Oh.
Because I have seen other contests use Antarctica, but these are the same sort of contests that have the moon.
And remember, there was that German, like, Eurovision replacement show earlier this year where the moon was a competing entry.
We will not rest until we have killed the moon.
Yeah, kill the moon!
There were a lot of replacement shows for Eurovision this year. To be honest, I don't really understand them because they all more or less came back the same. Like, Iceland would have won. Would it though? Would it?
Your pies taste like sugar in my face.
Because I feel like if it had actually happened, Iceland or Russia would have probably won with the public. But then something like Switzerland would have won with the juries, which would then lead to Lithuania winning overall. Just my theory.
I still think it would have been a two-horse race between Switzerland and Bulgaria, but that's just me and my opinion. I have a whole garden of opinions.
And then there was the Discord vote that we did in like our little online song contest community, where it was a tie between Switzerland and Lithuania, weren't it?
Yeah, but then Switzerland won the tie. So John's Tears, aka Crying Albanian Man, won for Switzerland.
Crying Albanian Man?
You know, the
Is he
speedy and the
Albanian?
angry. Yeah, John Muharremai. I mean, what gave it away? Surely not his name.
Speedy and the Angry, that's literally just a simplified version of the Fast and the Furious.
You know, the fast and the furriest. Because I'm fighting Dark Nuts whilst being a furry.
Now I'm intrigued to see the Fast and the Furious, like, just all the people, just as furries.
And I saw a Tumblr post that reimagined all of the characters from Danganronpa V3 as Animal Crossing villagers.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
And they made Kibo a human.
Cute.
I just want an excuse to throw my hat again.
Is Heather okay?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm slightly distracted, but I'm here.
Okay. I'll just go grab myself another drink. I'll be right back.
I'm assuming then, Heather, that you're just thinking about those beans.
Yes, that is the only thing I'm thinking of, and nothing dumber than that, I promise.
Titty.
Well, yeah, but that's a perpetual mood. That's different. The pressure of the bra never goes away, Tess.
Oh. Can't relate.
Is that a tinge of envy or a sense of relief?
No envy here, I assure you.
Okay. Oh, I remember why I hated the Savage Labyrinth in this game. I got to this floor and couldn't figure out that there were 20 more floors after this. I just didn't get why there was an elephant statue there. So I don't think I ever got the Triumph Forks. Like, not until I looked it up later and was like, oh, there's more? Oh.
Yeah, because originally it was, you get the Triforce chart at the floor we were just on, and then if you keep going to the bottom, you get the Hero's Charm. Unless you're playing the HD version, in which case it's not that.
Yeah, what is it instead? Because I remember that was very odd and different.
I want to say it was they swapped around, so like, because they swapped it with something from Miss Marie's Joy Pendant side quest, so she gives you the Hero's Charm instead, and the Savage Labyrinth, I think it's just a piece of heart.
Seriously? That's stupid. What's the magic armor equivalent in this game? Like, where do you get that in Armor? Is that just from one of the fairies?
I believe the magic armor is if you... Well, I want to say it's from 100% completing the trading side quest. You know, the go around the islands, trade all the things with the Gorons. But it might only be get the exotic flower from that quest. I don't actually remember if you have to do the whole thing or not. I know either way you get it from totally not Tom Nook Zunari.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Raccoons and their giant testicles. Oh, well, actually, it's raccoon dogs rather than actual raccoon. Because tanuki and raccoons aren't technically the same thing.
Close enough, though, I guess.
It's the boobs of motivation.
That's pretty impressive. How does it do that? Because normally they just distract me.
Oh, you'll have to ask Tess for the context of that one.
Tess, did you really just turn your back on the ghost and be like, bitch? That's funny.
We've had that work even more effectively in a previous stream. But yeah, so basically the boobs of motivation were like, there was this time where I was just sort of sitting in bed and Laura was like, hey, come do stuff. And she was like, here, boobs. And rested boobs on my eyes. And I was like, oh, I guess that's just how it is now.
It got you out of bed, didn't it?
Not in the way you were hoping, I'm sure. I think maybe you were hoping for, oh yeah, which is what Alex would do. But no, I'm more, these aren't my glasses.
These are not my glasses. This is
I
not my
just wanted
boobs.
you to get up and
Disappointed! Go on, sorry.
I just wanted Tess to get up and do stuff instead of just being a lazy floof.
But I am sad boy.
He is also cat. Cats are always lazy.
But you weren't. Were you sad boy at the time? I don't remember.
I mean, I'm always depresso.
Same.
Sounds like a supervillain.
Depressing.
It's
Oh
like,
no! Look out, Hero Squad! It's Depresso! There you go.
I robbed a bank, not because I need the money, but just because I'm sad. Capitalism sucks.
Power to the people.
OAA. We're all children of the universe. This is an outrage!
Power to the people.
Oh, hey, hey.
Oh, that's been a while. That was the year. That was before What's the Pressure, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2 years prior.
Oh, jeez.
You ever been so scared that someone slammed a spear through your entire skull and you just did not feel it?
Can relate.
Wait, what?
It's like the scariest Regan encounter in the entire game because there's other shit here.
See, I did completely cheapen out an earlier floor that was nothing but redeads, but here it's like, Didn't properly inhale for that, but you get the idea. Oh no, did my evil laugh scare people away?
No,
Scary.
I just do not know what to say.
Strong arms. Quick, fly the butterflies!
Ah, diarrhea.
Cha cha cha.
Because, like, when I was seeing, ah, you dumb shit, you just jumped straight into the one thing that kills you. Then again, humans be like that with sugar, so maybe I should shut up.
But yes, you were seeing.
Oh yeah, when I was setting up for the stream, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna stream later if anyone gives a shit, and then Laura was like, I give many shits, and I'm like, deharriaria.
Well, it was because Hearty said something like, I give 2 shits, and I'm just like, I don't want to be outmatched by Hearty.
You want to out-poop party. Poop. Poop. What the frack, kid?
It has been a long day.
Without you, my friend. And I see you, little buddy, when I see you again.
Oh, you woke up with back pain in the early hours of the morning too?
I woke up with soul pain.
Oh, I get that all the time. I'm just numb to the feeling of it. But yeah, I woke up with really sharp... I've been waking up lately with really sharp, severe back pain. And I took some ibuprofen for it, but then I ended up being very, very sick and throwing up the ibuprofen.
Ow. That's just a bad combination.
What? Back pains and ibuprofen?
No, back pains and throwing up.
Medicine and throwing up, because then you vomit the medicine.
Yeah, that's like doubly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was the time that I had that job, and I for the first week of work, I was just, everything made me sick. Well, I spent the entire, like, I documented this in Billy Hatcher and everything, like, literally, my first week on the job, starting with my first day having a job, like the night before I went to work for the first time, just awake all night, no sleep, because I feel like I'm always puking. Because just bleh, and everything was death, and it was horrendous.
Really
It was the night before workmas and all through the house.
It's like birthmas,
Perfect.
but workmas.
Oh, boy. Every test there was vomit. All over the house. Perfect.
Love it. And I mean, birthmas. Okay, this is why I don't want Tess visiting me in the hospital when I have children, like, immediately. Because he'll be like, hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons. Happy birthmas!
Happy birthmas.
Happy black man. Now, in case anyone doesn't remember, that was a dream I had once where there was a shop and it was called Happy Blackman, like Blackman the name, and like it was like its stuff were nothing but like various like Afro-Caribbean men of various ages, and the shop's whole thing was if you caught the eye of any member of staff, then they would have to stop and go, Happy Black Man to you, and you'd have to reply exactly the same way. And when I woke up, I was convinced that it was real.
I can relate. Not that specifically, but there's a lot of stuff that something convinced real, something. What is up with the heads on those guys? Sorry, it's really distracting.
Yeah, just strawberry.
I sure do love it when strawberry flavored. Oof.
It's like, do androids dream of electric sheep, except it's, do strawberry penises ejaculate?
Go on.
No, that's it, that's the thought.
Do strawberry penises ejaculate?
Yeah.
Strawberry milk?
I mean that too.
It's like when people ask if chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Well,
Have I ever complained about all the kids shows that try to be educational but include stupid shit like we're all out of strawberry milk so they get the pink friggin' cows? Anyway, sorry, go on.
Wait, that reminds me of Blue Cow from Story Makers.
Oh no, go on. Blueberry milk?
I don't know. They never gave us an answer. They never milked her on. I was gonna say on stream. Well, that too.
Oh no.
Should get on a bus and it would just go round and around, and then she was somewhere different.
And this was not all Bunny and Ted Ox?
Wait. Isn't that the Zodiac Killer?
What?
Ted Funyuns?
No.
What?
Paul Bunyan. 10 Bunyan, I love it.
Paul Bunyan is like the lumberjack, ain't he?
The lumber? Who? What is that?
Yolden America Western folktale about macrophilia thing with a big boy, lumberjack man, very hairy, also had a pet ox that towered over the treetops, and the two of them cut down the entire, like, Midwestern America, and they're heroes in the story and shit.
Isn't that Lewis and Clark?
Well,
No.
okay. Yes, but at the same time, Lewis and Clark mapped everything out. Paul Bunyan just chopped down a bunch of trees and made it look like a map.
Wasn't that Johnny Appleseed?
He planted the trees back after Paul Bunyan. Who is Johnny Appleseed anyway? I could not tell you.
Planting? No, that's definitely George Washington.
Father, I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down your cherry tree. Oh, then be hanged then.
I like how, like, there's so many stupid American stories about trees, though. Because that's all we had for a while, was just a bunch of trees.
It reminds me of that joke from that one time where it was like, what's the difference between America and yogurt? And it's like, if you leave yogurt alone for 200 years, it grows a culture.
I really like that. Holy shit.
But the slightly more sort of culturally acceptable sort of taking the piss out of America is like, and this sort of brings everyone down at the same time. Is the pointing out that in Europe 100 miles is a long way. In America 100 years is a long time.
That's really good.
Johnny
about to, like,
Appleseed.
give you- Huh?
Johnny Appleseed was an American pioneer nurseryman who introduced apple trees to large parts of Pennsylvania, Ontario, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, as well as the northern...
I don't think Johnny Appleseed was real. I thought
Oh,
it was
no,
like
he's a
it was an urban
He
legend.
is a real person.
Well, how about that?
I mean, that's not his real name, I can promise that, but...
Yeah, his real name was John Chapman, but he was known as Johnny Appleseed because he introduced apple trees to America.
Didn't he play
Some
Captain
parts
Jack
of
in
America,
Doctor Who?
Didn't he go marching home again, hurrah, hurrah?
The animals went to 2 by 2, hurrah!
Yeah, which came first, the ants marching counting song, or Johnny coming marching home again?
Well, since I've never heard of the latter, I'm gonna guess the ant one.
What? Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. When Johnny comes marching home again.
And this isn't anything to do with the Saints going marching in.
When Johnny Comes Marching Home is a popular song from American Civil War that expresses the people's longing for the return of their friends and relatives who were fighting in the war. In pop culture...
So basically, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
Yes, but not... Yes. Let me Control F. Ants.
Control F. Ants.
The children's songs The Ants Go Marching and The Animals Went In, to the Ark, obviously, reused the tune and the refrain. So apparently it was a common song from Civil War time in America, so mid-1800s-ish, and then ended up getting remixed for like wider use with with kid songs or something.
I mean, that's kind of relatable, bearing in mind Lithuania's Eurovision song in 2006, which I believe continues to be their highest placing entry ever. I could be wrong.
Yes.
But that was originally, it was called We Are the Winners. And like the idea being, we are the winners of Eurovision, vote for the winners. They then repurposed it into a football chant, where they changed it to, we are the winners, are you with us?
Huh.
Yes, that is still Lithuania's highest placing. Or at least its highest placing in the adult contest, because I believe they came third once in the junior contest?
Yeah, that sounds about right. But, yeah, the only reason why I wasn't sure is I don't remember how they did in 2016, because I know that, like, I seem to be the only person who thinks that was an incredibly generic, forgettable song, because they're like, oh, but it did so well! I'm like, did it?
Came like 9th.
Huh. Love is Blind was better.
Agreed.
YouTuber was better.
What?
YouTuber.
Ah.
I remember that one.
That was Portugal. And it was the junior contest. And I don't know why you remember it, because there are so many better things you could expend your sklerimbraness on.
My Eurovision experience is very limited a lot of the time to, like, oh, these are the songs that won, these are the British songs that Tess has sent me a bajillion times, and here's What's the Pressure, my favorite song ever.
That's a choice? I mean, it came like 10th for a reason, and part of that reason was that it was Krista Bjorkman's favourite song of that year, but whatever.
Well, I mean, it did win the, like, fake jury voting when we went to Eurovision that year.
Probably because it was Krista Bjorkman's favourite, but still.
Yeah, Eurovision was a time.
Oh, and then there was that time that they used an instrumental version of that song in a trailer for a Smurfs movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'll find it for you at some point. I'm sure I can find it again. There was a Smurfs movie. It might have been like the Smurfs 3 Return to Smurfland, or who fucking knows. But yeah, it opened up with ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, boom, boom. And I remember distinctly when everyone was talking about it, like they were like, there's another song that uses a very similar bass line to it, and everyone thought it was that, but like a cool remix of it. And I was the only person who was like, actually no, lads, it's it's a Eurovision entry from 2 years ago.
Another one bites the dust by Queen? I'm hazarding
that
it
might be. Yes, that's what it is. Thank
Okay.
you. I'm glad there was. Yeah, no, that. Yeah.
I think there is another song that sounds very similar to What's the Pressure that isn't that was from around the same time. So...
See, it definitely wasn't from around the same time as what I was thinking of. But
okay, then
I'm
it
pretty
probably
sure
will have
they
been.
were all thinking, wow, why are they playing Another One Bites the Dust for a Smurfs movie? That seems a bit of poor taste. Is it because Smurfs are dead? LOL! But like, yeah, no. At least I think it was Smurfs. It might have been the Trolls doll movie.
That would probably also make sense.
I'll
Also-
have to find it again. There were no lyrics, though. I distinctly remember that. They didn't use the lyrics for some reason. I guess because they didn't have rights to use those. Also, don't die here, Tess.
It's fine, I can be cocky, I have fairies.
Oh, that's right. You don't have to use fairies. I forget about that.
It's okay. The song Tess was thinking of was Sax by Fleur East, I think.
Really? I mean,
Yeah, I remember people comparing What's the Pressure to Sax.
Huh. Well, one thing that does please me, at least, is like, in The Voice Kids. Like, certainly, like I've not seen the final yet, because that we were going to watch that tonight, but then Luca Jin uploaded the latest part of Danganronpa V3, and we've been enjoying watching that, Mama Hex and I. But yeah, we were going to watch The Voice Kids this evening, but then we didn't. And they have been using Eurovision songs in that. Like, they've not been singing them, unfortunately, but at the very least, they used. Yeah, they used Sweden 2020 as background music at one point, and then when they were introducing the coaches in the semi-final, they used the instrumental of Poland 2018, of all songs.
Yeah, I don't get it how companies find this shit. And they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
And this is where Laura Googles whether the voice kids is a thing in America.
I would say, oh, of course it is, but then, I don't know, maybe.
I think it is, but they also have like a Spanish version of it as well, for some reason.
What, in America?
I believe so.
What,
I'm just gonna double check.
I spaced out for half a second. What is this stuff?
Are you sure you're not thinking of the Voice Kids Mexico? You know, set your Bentley to Swamp, Minefield, Christmas, or Mexico.
Minefield, Christmas, or Mexico. I'm just gonna look and check.
You do that.
Oh, nope, it is America. They did used to do La Voz Kids.
I seriously have no idea. You'll have to forgive me. I don't follow much mainstream stuff, so,
God, Heather, you're such a hipster.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate it.
It doesn't exist anymore. The United States only did the Spanish version. They didn't do an English version. Because... I don't know.
Did we ever find out who these other guys helping take over?
Oh!
Oh?
I used to be a cow.
Oh!
Tess was right. There is a Voice Kids Mexico.
Yeah.
And a Voice Kids Kazakhstan.
There are Voice Kidses in many countries.
There's also
Yes,
a
I
Kids
do.
Bop America.
I thought that was the only Kids Bop.
It is.
There is a... I thought there was like a UK one too.
Is there? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
I thought there was. I'll just double check.
If they tried it for a while, that'd be funny, because Kids Bop is still going, covering such wonderful songs as Gundam Style, Thrift Shop, and Move Please, Get Out of the Way. Get out of the way, please. Get out of the way.
There is a UK Kids Bop.
Oh no.
Is this still going? Hold on, I need to look this up now.
International expansion.
Oh, now
I'm
that
pretty sure Kids Bop is in like their 45th album or some shit.
now international expansion. That is definitely one of Heather's kinks.
Alright, you! Now
There's
see
a-
here.
There's a Kids Bop Germany too.
What? Why? I mean, honestly, I have no doubt that's probably the best one, but like, still.
Ach ja, Kieden Boppen. Now that'll be the Swedish version. I even have all the Triforce charts.
But yes, there is a Kids Bop Germany, which only started like March of last year.
I think the only thing Kids Bop has ever been good for is telling me what the top 40 songs are that I should, like, actually look up and listen to.
I mean, the last time that I saw the track listing for the Now That's What I Call Music album, like, I had a visceral fucking reaction just because those songs were so fucking overplayed on the radio when I was at work. Just like, no, none of these songs are good. None of these even count as songs. These are
I have
awful.
to ask about that. If you have to listen to songs every day, why would you ever buy an album so you could listen to them more?
Octo-Pot! 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 Oh.
What?
I was hoping for the Octo-Pot.
What's Octo-Pot doing?
What's Octo-Pot doing here?
Hey! It's Octo-Pot! Oh, I love that so much! It makes me so happy to think about Octo-Pot!
Heather, you've turned into a great fairy.
What?
You act like this is news, Tess.
Yeah, I cackle a lot on these streams, Tess. This has been like years in the making. I think the only thing I don't normally do is the weird moan afterwards.
Oh. My attempt at trying to do the Heather moan.
What Heather moan? Do I
Trademark.
do that?
Yes.
What?
Oh, Heather, it
Legit,
doesn't
no
have to be
idea
a
what
bad...
you're talking about. I go like
Kagami-senpai.
in the middle of stream. You think I'm that tasteless? You think me that tasteless?
Me fail English? That impossible.
Welcome to her tray.
Welcome to the house of fun, now you've come of age.
It's the ghost.
Pardon me? Thank you.
See, I have seen randomizers where this is the first thing they do, so this feels like it's better off being the last thing that I do, so that I will end the randomization after this. Whatever this is. But then again, since we're right next to the Greatfish Isle sunken treasure, I will try once again. I am once again asking to be Bernie Sanders. I will give another go at retrieving an Octo-Pot just to prove that they exist, because no one goes out of their way for them, because most of the internet doesn't even know they exist. Which is a pretty good reason not to go after them, to be fair.
Speaking of Bernie Sanders and politics and stuff,
Oh,
is
no.
there actually going to be a presidential election this year, or is Donald Trump just going to be there for the next 4 years?
Very good question. At this point, we're all dreading that possibility that there will just be some, due to the unforeseen dangers of COVID, we have decided to postpone the election, so I'll humbly accept role as your president for another 4 years. Now, if you really want, like, the whole political thing about it, he's currently appointed someone in charge of the U.S. Postal Service, who is currently choking the life out of the service so that they don't get letters to everyone, so that, number one, it can be less efficient about getting mail-in votes, but second of all, also might shut it down and package it up for FedEx and UPS to take over, so we won't have a mail service anymore. So, like, that's a cool reason to be panicking on a regular basis here in the U.S., so hi.
Can we just sue America for being full of shit?
Can you please direct all your complaints to the current administration? I don't think that's very political to say. We kind of need the post office. It's kind of important, given that, like, FedEx and the UPS service don't get most of their letters delivered in a timely fashion, let alone everything else they have to deliver. It'd be kind of bad. Like, oof. Anyway, I'm currently looking for an Octo-Pot, and I can't seem to find any.
As am I, and I'm the one playing the game.
What does it look like? Cause all I'm seeing here is you've got mail, moblin nipples, and pig farts.
What?
Here, let me give you a screenshot of just the first couple rows of Google image searches about this. There's nothing not safe for work except for the the image of Wind Waker link from below saying let go. Here. Let's image. There's like a lot of like, I'm assuming there's supposed to be videos that like are like clickbaity titles and stuff, but like here, let's, oh no, I didn't think this through. Let's try that again.
Heather, are you watching porn on my live stream?
No, I promise. I promise.
Heather, are you making porn on my live stream?
Tess, do you really think that I would multitask like that?
You'd
Maybe.
think about it.
I have thought about it a lot, actually, but Unfortunately, keeping my camera steady while also keeping my voice steady while also keeping the show interesting would be very difficult to do. Although, now that you've given me that idea, I want to like go on like hotcamhamsters.com or whatever and like live stream myself doing things while also having me in your live stream so people can sync up the two live streams and like get the full viewing experience.
Oh.
Hamsters.com.
X-Hamster doesn't have hamsters.
Well, I
I knew there was something with hamsters. I still don't know why.
I only know the name because I've seen, like, literally, there was a screenshot of a YouTube video thumbnail featuring a girl in her early teens crying with that as the video title. That's the only reason I know.
Woof. Okay.
What? What am I looking at?
Oh no.
Nani? Oh, that! Yeah! That's all the search results for Wind Waker Octo-Pot! So
the pressure's really on for me to actually find an Octo-Pot.
blowing up beetle. Take another piece. Hang on, let me... Not right now, I do not want to update Mac. Take another piece of my heart now, baby.
Heart now, baby.
Sneaking into Tetra's room, Moblin Nipples, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD Let's Play, and then shows footage of the original, I think. Pig Farts, You've Got Mail with a Giant Skull, We Free Tingle, Why I Don't Know, and Moblin Nipples again.
They must really like mobbling nipples.
Titty.
I don't understand.
Neither do I.
I'm a furry and I don't understand.
I'm actually more confused why Link's Let Go face is on this, but you know, that's just me being confused.
Well, in the meantime... that's the private oasis. Yeah, that is the private oasis. I just want to prove the existence of an Octo-Pot, because I know that they're real.
I'm so glad that's infectious. I've infected all of you.
Octo-Pot?
Why is that the most fun thing in the world to hear? Somebody who, with indecisive accent,
What's Octo-Pot doing here?
Hey! It's Octo-Pot!
Now, I'm near the Ring of Light, but not close enough to it. Please. I just want to prove the Octo-Pot. Because I don't know the specifics of it, but the point is, you have to be, like, near a Ring of Light, but not quite on top of it. And I don't know if it's the treasure chart ones or just the regular ones that appear sometimes, but if you're not quite in the right place, very rarely, sometimes, Link will fish up an ugly-looking vase that looks vaguely like an Octorok, and it'll make an Octorok spawn next to the boat. And that's it, that's all it does. I think it has this weird sort of kind of noise of fishing it up. Then there's an Octorok that appears, and that's kind of it. Well, I see a Ring of Light up ahead, so I'll try it on that. Right.
Oh! That's what it looks like! It's like a nipple pot thing. It's like sandy nipples all staring back at Link. Wow.
Sandy Nipples, isn't that a character from SpongeBob?
Yeah. Sandy Nipples lives in, help.
Bikini Bumhole.
Yes, with Spring Boob. Of course. Spring Boob Squire Pen. And,
Just reminds me of how, like, I know very little about SpongeBob, but one SpongeBob thing that absolutely sends me is SpongeBoy me Bob!
I still don't know why that's the best thing ever, but it is.
Isn't like, I think
Isn't like Bob Esponja the name of the show in Spanish? I think.
Oh, my favorite thing is that the technical translation is that in both Spanish, but especially in French, it's Bob the Sponge with pants that are square. Like, that's his full name. There is no SpongeBob SquarePants. It is Bob the Sponge with pants that are square. And you try getting that to fit within the meter of the song. In French, it's fairly easy, I guess.
I still didn't get an Octo-Pot.
Isn't it like in German where it's like SpongeBob Squarehead or something?
I know certainly that it's in German that in Link's Awakening, if you spread magic powder on one of the buzz blob creatures and then talk to them, then they might say, "Nie ohne Kondom." Never without a condom.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That was. Sorry, I spaced out and I didn't realize you were talking about Link's Awakening. But I'm proud of you.
Meow. Now, one other thing as well that I remember from when I played this game for the first time as a child was, upon completing the Tower of the Gods, which makes that ring of light appear that takes you to the Hyrule under the sea, I thought, like when that first appeared, my first thought was, oh, I'm going to need to use the grappling hook to pull up a chest from underneath this light ring, and you know it's an important chest because look at how bright and shiny the ring is. And I thought that would contain the hammer for some reason. I don't know what the connection was in my head, but that's what I thought was going to happen, and then it didn't.
Just want to prove the Octo-Pot. Just give me the Octo-Pot and we can all go home.
Compound words in German are always so hard for me to even wrap my head around. I guess the German one is square pants. I'm pretty sure you're right about one of the languages being squarehead. I just don't know which one.
One thing I know about shapes in German is that hexagon in German is literally just 6 corner. Sechsecke!
German's very direct like that.
Oh yeah.
It's a very good language. I should know, all of my ancestors were Pennsylvania Dutch.
Or, as us in Europe would say, American.
Yeah.
That too.
This is a fun one, though. I promise this is a fun, dumb Americanism. So, there was a ton of immigration from Germany at some point, and they all landed in Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania was always the state that allowed for a lot of, like, religious freedom, among other things. So a lot of German Catholics settled in Pennsylvania. So it's the Pennsylvania Deutsch, but because Americans are really stupid, they called them all Pennsylvania Dutch instead.
Makes an modicum of sense.
It's America being in America, but I still think it's the funniest thing that, classically speaking, if you are from Pennsylvania and your ancestry is German, you are Pennsylvania Dutch.
Octo-Pot? Octo-Pot? Octo-Pot!
Octo-Pot! It's got sandy nipple eyes.
How am I here? Oh yeah, we approached from the north. Duh.
What happens if you kill the Octo-Pot?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just thrilled that I got it to happen.
Okay. You'd think that would be like, drops the super duper master sword. Hyper sword.
Only usable by hyper furries. Maybe don't do that.
Once you've obtained the Hydro Dildo.
You see, you'd think that it was a single dildo with 3 heads. No, it's a regular dildo, but when you break it, it grows 2 heads where previously there was 1. This repeats infinitely.
Oh god, that's hot.
What?
What were we talking about?
I don't know. All I know.
What?
I mean, whenever I go over to Tess's, he makes a habit of pointing out this on my bed. It's not a Hydra dildo. It's a lava lamp.
Well, I could understand there being some confusion.
Why?
Because it's dildo-shaped.
Yes, but surely, try the controversy.
Yeah, I'm an amoeba.
They call me embarrassment.
That was my nickname in college.
Oh.
That's sad. Are you okay, Heather?
I'm fine. How are you all doing today? I swear I don't do that on purpose.
I feel sleepy.
Yeah, well, I've basically done everything that I was going to do in this stream anyway, because I've got the Octo-Pot, my life is complete, and like, there is no mistaking, I was deliberately searching for the Octo-Pot, and the gods bestowed upon me a pot. And I'm gonna get these rupees here because, like, why would you not? Why is that green up there? That's not a house. So I'm going to take Link back to his home because technically we saved the day, we just couldn't save that we had. So I'll just put Link to bed and then we could all go our separate ways or some such tiddly like de bobo. As it is, as Heather can confirm, there is some stuff that I need to actually post in the TeaLBiTZ playtesting thread as well, because there's stuff.
Oh gosh, you're gonna get into that? I'm terrified.
Well,
Oh my.
I don't know how much of it needs to actually be elucidated upon. So, like, Heather could probably help me say that. I'm just gonna do the whole cat thing of I'm just gonna curl up on this rug, which seems like a poignant place to end. So, yes.
Oh, that's so fucking cute! Tess!
Oh, it's magic.
Magic.
It's magic.
It's magic. Duh. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Himiko Eilish. Oh, no, okay. So anyway, that was a fine strim stram snaddery dang. Although that being said, I never did find where the double magic was. So since that's me completely done with the Wind Waker randomizer now, I'm going to crack open the spoiler log and find out where in the hail it purported to be. So don't mind me existing. We can all just stare at the what are we calling it? The Rotterdam shade?
Yeah.
Oh, holy lamp.
The bulb is shining brightly.
It is the bulb on our dear lion's roof. Yeah, there we go. It works.
Lake Hylia is the one for me, Lake Hylia!
And you insist that I can sing. Heather can sing better than I can.
No. No.
Now?
No.
And I'm just scrolling through the spoiler log now. Creeb? Why is the guy's name Creeb?
Creeb?
Creeb. That's the guy where you get treasures from, where you light up the lighthouse on Windfall Island.
So, not Kaboom guy.
No.
Okay.
No?
Now?
Kaboom!
What?
Splish. Right, fuck it, I'm control-Fing this shit. Okay, so first of all... Oh! So if I had found the remaining 2 pieces of blue chew jelly, that would have given me a progressive bomb bag. The more you know. But yes, where was double magic? What is prime meridian? Oh. I would not have thought to do that. So the double magic was behind the thing where you buy a load of ballast and just decorate Windfall Island's various holes.
Oh, I forgot you even got anything for that. I thought that was just a piece of character.
Well, you'll know. Well, on my original save file, over on the non-randomized version on the actual GameCube, I did take the time, because I finished the game, I took the time to go and decorate the entire town with the, the golden statue you get for finishing the trading side quest. And those are 200 rupees a pop, so... Wealth flex. Link is Mr. Beast confirmed. And
Not to be confused with the Beast.
Mark Labette. And since no one's in the chat anyway, I'm going to just bring the loading screen back up because I am proud of this. And I don't think Heather's seen it yet. But to once again reiterate, the character design and the animation loop of him running, I don't know why it stops like that. Yeah, that was,
yes!
it's made by an artist called TeaLBiTZ, and then I took that animation and put it on top of my logo, and basically everything to do with the logo rolling and, like, bouncing and generally adhering to physics, that was all me, and, like the character and the loop was by TeaLBiTZ, everything else about the composition of this was me. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I just want credit to be credit where credit is due.
Proud of you, Tess.
Meow.
Yeah.
So on that note, I have been and will continue to be Uncle Rupee,
Also tessellating hexagons, and I have friends in my bra of friendship.
Wasn't there another thing that was also that voice? Uncle Rupee was based on something else, right?
I don't know, I did use the Uncle Rupee voice for Anodyne 2, which I really do need to actually finish streaming. Probably when I get a regular streaming schedule.
Oh, that's what it is! Billy! Billy, it's an emergency!
Oh yeah, Meanie Fooney from Billy Hatcher.
Billy, it's an emergency, because when is it not a fucking emergency?
I love the fact that, like, multiple times in that playthrough, you just hit a wall where you were like, Minifune, I thought you were going to say it was an emergency. Billy! Billy, it's an emergency!
Oh, I guess we're on our own for this mission, so it can't be an emergency after all.
Billy, it's an emergency!
Oh, it's so perfect.
Oh, voice acting is fun.
Indeed.
So anyway, if y'all have nothing else to add, I shall probably end the stream.
Bye.
Ending on a Heather cackle. Love it.
I feel like every stream we do ends up ending on a Heather cackle.